Good morning, everyone. I was heading out to the garden to do the sunrise and then saw the colors over the wallapies. So I stopped right here in the yard. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The sun isn't even coming up yet. These colors early in the morning are stunning. I'm on my way to the garden now. On the way to the garden, I have so many lovely wildflowers. Just as wild as this has gotten as it got ahead of me. I'm not sure if it's going to light up. Need to work on this acacia tree some more. Trying to get it to go up instead of out. Because it did have limbs almost as far out as it is tall. Those hurt walking around it. The acacia. And I have some videos of when it was in bloom and then the bean pods that were on it. But it has little thorns. Let me see if I can get in here close. These little thorns all along every limb. But it is a desert tree, so I don't want to take this out. I want to encourage it to grow, but to grow up. I'll just keep taking all the horizontal limbs off until there are no more that are under maybe 6 feet. That way most will have an easy time getting through here. And of course our little cactus, we left that. That is definitely a native cactus. You can see how long the spines are on this thing. It's definitely longer than the ones that we had in Arkansas and in Texas. I have another acacia back here behind all of this amaranth. I need to get in there and trim it, but I'm going to have to pull all that amaranth out first. I'm thinking that this bed where all the amaranth is going to be the perfect bed to put the winter greens in this time, because I have a soaker hose along that bed. I have decided that doing the raised beds and the container beds are not my thing, at least not out here in the desert. I get busy and I don't water them as often as I should. Everything is so gorgeous in the mornings. Got to work on pruning the tomatoes some more. I'll do that after the sun comes up. If you go back to some of the older videos where Mike and I were first starting all of this and making the spiral beds, and there was nothing here. Now, the squash and the desert mallow are everywhere. And they have taken over everything. At least in this area where I've been watering daily. And I've got to get in here and clean the grass out of this bed again. There was something that I was seeing last night on a video that I was thinking I'll put along this side of this bed, this teardrop shaped bed. There was another, oh yes, ground cherries. So I've got dill in here, and borage, and huckleberries are on the other side of the borage. And then of course, more globe mallow came up in here, along with the grasses that need to come out. I need to find somebody to give globe mallow to, because it is such a good plant to have for bees, and I have an abundance of it. So if you are in the Kingman, Arizona area and you don't have globe mallow, number one, I'll be in shock. Number two, if you would like to have some of the globe mallow, I will dig some of this up for you, and we can see if we can get it over going on your property so you can be feeding the bees. That has been the best thing about this plant, is the bees absolutely adore it. And as abundant as the amaranth is, all over here, the bees adore the wild amaranth. Look at those beautiful colors. There's so much work to be done around here. This tree died last year. This one was on its way out when I moved in. It was half dead when I moved in. But between the two, I don't know if you can see, right in there between the two, there's more coming up from the roots. So I need to take out the dead ones and encourage the young ones. And they're coming up on their own here in the desert without being watered. So I definitely need to encourage them. I keep turning around to see if the sun is coming up yet. I see a little more color as we go, but it's still not there. I would love to get the chipper started this morning, but I think my neighbors wouldn't love it if I started it this early. It's Saturday. I'm sure they want to sleep in. But the temperatures are cool, so I want to get work done. I really need to find a new place to prop my phone while the sun's coming up. There we go. Back to my old place on the corner fence post. I have birds flying over this morning. There's just a small little sliver of a crescent moon, barely there. And these beautiful colors over the mountains. And this is what I get to wake up to every morning. And as I'm sitting out here doing the video of the sunrise to share with y'all, I look over the garden and think about the different things that I want to do to make this a beautiful and relaxing space, and something to encourage my neighbors to create their own gardening spaces. So in every region you have so many people who don't garden and say they don't know how to garden. But even more so out here in the desert. It's a challenge to garden where you don't get a lot of rain. I spent 5 years binging on desert gardening videos before I started working on this garden space. And it's going to be slow progress. But as I make progress and create garden beds in a largely permaculture style. And I'm looking at permaculture because it's something that will be lower maintenance as I'm going along. I've had arthritis my entire life, from my head to my toes. But I was raised where you just keep doing what needs to be done. And between the arthritis and the depression I have days where I freeze up. And it's hard to do things, hard to do the necessary things. And on those days, I push through and do the absolute minimum necessities that need to be done. Until I can get back to a place of having the energy to work on these projects like this. And part of it is having the mental energy. But as I make those small bits of progress in the garden, that helps give me more energy, more mental ability to push past the pain, to get out here and work more. And part of it is finding the things on the days that I'm hurting, finding the things that I can do that the pain is not going to prohibit. Like our plan for this weekend is to work on building trellises from the limbs with twine. The last 2 weeks at the office have really taken a lot of my energy to do things at home. They've left me drained. But working here in the garden brings back my energy. Being out here with the sunrise, which I haven't done in a while, but doing this brings back my mental energy. Not so much the physical, but at least the mental part of it. Helps me release the stress. Because some days my job can be very stressful. And that's something I don't want to bring home to Micah. And sometimes not bringing that home with me can also be draining. Just the energy it takes to let go of the stress and anxiety that comes with fighting for the patients that our providers see, fighting for the supplies, the services that they need from other places. Coming out here where I am working to not fight nature, but to work with nature, to be able to provide a beautiful space for Micah and for me and for people who drive by and see it. I want it to be something encouraging for others as well as for us. I want it to be a stress-free space. And so, permaculture, hugelkultur beds, soaker hoses, and sprinklers, and timers on those hoses so that I don't forget to turn them off. And there's that beautiful sunrise. If any of you watching are single parents, or are people with chronic health issues that can cause you to not see that you can do this, you can do this. Slow steps, just like the sunrise. That's one of the things that I love about coming out here to do the sunrise for you. I get impatient. I see the beautiful colors and I'm like, the sun will be up. Here it comes. But it's a slow process. It takes time. We start seeing the colors long before the sun comes over the mountain. And I don't know if it's my anxiety or my ADHD. I'm not sure what it is that causes me to want to hurry, hurry, hurry. Do this fast, get it done now. But that's not the way nature works. And that's okay. I need to change my mindset and do things one step at a time. The same way that God does things for us and through us. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to take your time. You will get there. I will get there. We will all get there together. And I'm seeing an encouraging sight. See if I can move this without getting all dizzy. Where did he go? Let's see if I can zoom in. Did you see him? As I'm watching this, I'm seeing bees again. And that's encouraging. I thought the bees were gone. But perhaps it was just they're coming out here later than me. Because the sun is coming up later. But I still have to get ready for work. But not today. Today I can relax and take my time. And it's a 3-day weekend. Be blessed, my friends. Stay safe. Keep people out of your personal space. Don't breathe other people's air. Be well.